Hi, my name is Martin Orlando. Welcome to my hobby YouTube channel. Today I have my two books. I will show you the setting for both books along with the places in New Jersey on Google Maps. These are my two books, The Maze of Anything and A Maze Behind a Doubt. In the first book, The Maze of Anything, the setting of the story is in Bayville, New Jersey. This is where I spent 4 years of my life back in first, second, third, and fourth grades. Back in 1972 through 1976. I decided to make this the setting for this story. The Mazzioni family moved from New York City all the way down to Bayville, New Jersey to get away from the city life and go down to a nice town on the beach. As you can see, it's right close to the water. And Bayville, New Jersey, whoops, I went too close in there. Anyway, it's a nice city. It's in the Berkeley Township, really close to Ocean County, part of Ocean County. This is the elementary school I went to. Let's see if we click on it, you get a closer picture of it. That's the elementary school. I remember there being a playground and a baseball court out there. Really nice school, very long. But I made this the setting for the story. Later on in Princeton, New Jersey, that's where the main character, Johnny Mazzioni, goes to college. And we take a look at Princeton, New Jersey. It's more in the state, a little bit further up. Not very far from Trenton, New Jersey. And there's the college that Johnny went to. Princeton University. The third town, Toms River, is where Johnny got his first actual broadcasting job. Right off the coast, as you see, Bayville in Berkeley Township, where his parents lived in the story, is not very far from Toms River. And then later on, Johnny's house is in Beechwood, New Jersey. And I'll show you that in a little bit. But Toms River, it's like this river that runs right through here. This is Toms River. It's part of the seaside and ocean. And then Johnny covers a beach volleyball game that his sister's in. And that's in the story. This is part of the beach. Seaside Heights. Get closer to that. It's like an island right outside of the ocean's here. New Jersey's on this side. There's part of New Jersey. How you get to Seaside Heights is through this road. And then here's Seaside Heights right here. There's the Dover beaches, and this is where the volleyball game was. All part of Toms River. And a lot of islands. Harbor Island, Mike's Island. Really cool place. You play a lot of different things on Seaside Heights, the amusement park, and then the beach. Lots of food, as you can see, too. Mia's Pizza Cafe. I went there a couple of times. A lifeguard station for the beach house. And then in the second book, A Maze Behind a Doubt, this all starts in Beechwood, New Jersey. As you remember, Beechwood is right by his parents' home in Bayville. And he lives right off this river here. And there's a beach along here. And in Mayo Park, I'd never really been there before, but I added this to the story because that's where his home is. And it's really close to here, right off the beach. And then in Newark, New Jersey is where the airport is. And that's where they left on their vacation. Newark, New Jersey. And this wasn't very far from where I grew up in Carteret, New Jersey. Let's see, Newark. The big airport is here. They call it the Newark Liberty International Airport. And then not very far from there is Carteret, New Jersey, where I was born. Let's see if we can, oops, I went too far out. Well, there's Woodbridge. And this is Rawway Hospital, where I was born. Carteret was the city I first lived in. It might be, let's see if I get a little more out. Anyway, that's the airport area in the story. And then there's a town called Holmdel. And this is where the Garden State Arts Center is. And this is where we went to a field trip to pick pumpkins in the pumpkin patch. Very green area, part of the Appalachian Mountains, going all the way down. I just entered this into the story because it was very, very green and very lots of growth. That's why it's called the Garden State. And the Garden State Arts Center is where Johnny remembered something from his past. Really we went to a field trip to see Alice in Wonderland in the Garden State Arts Center that year. And then we also went to pick pumpkins in the pumpkin patch. And this is Holmdel, New Jersey. This is also where Johnny Mazzione's grandparents live. So that's why it's in this story. And then the Garden State Arts Center. Let me see if I can put that in here, if I see if it comes up. See, Homedale, New Jersey, that's where it is. This is right off the Garden State Parkway. They don't give a good picture anymore. But it's just right off the Garden State Parkway in Homedale, New Jersey. All right. Another way to get my book is through Google Play. I'm going to go out of here and just go to Google Play. And just type in my book, name of my book. Right here. Let's see if it comes up. It's taken a while. Here it is. The Maze of Anything. Available on Amazon. I don't know why it's on eBay. Oh no, let's go back. There's my book on Amazon. It's $9.99 if you get it on Kindle. The paperback's $15.95. I want to see if I can get into Google Play, but I don't know what's going on there. There we go. I'm on the right thing now. Oh, I thought I was in the right thing. Anyway, my book is available on Google Play, Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and a lot of different bookstores if you just ask for them. It's The Maze of Anything and A Maze Behind a Doubt. I thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.